You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show.
Thing is for doing, and we are here doing another show of Dancing with the Stars, Season 16. It is Week 5, and I am Kristyn Burtt. We are so excited to be back here, and I'll tell you, I've got a whole lot of dancing going on right in front of me. But let me introduce all of my co-hosts to my right. Suri Serano.
Yay. Hi, guys. Suri Serano here.
Directly across from me, Trebunskaya.
Hello, everybody.
Doing some of the dancing.
It's always this.
Very dramatic. And then right next to her, of course, is Jake Dupree.
Ciao.
See, that's very dramatic.
Hello.
And in the hot seat tonight, and she's like, why am I all by myself? But it's because we love you so much, and we're going to talk to you. It is troop member Witney Carson.
Yes.
I have to tell you, we are very excited to have you here. But before we get started, one thing I do want to say, we just want to extend our condolences and our support to Boston. I am a Boston gal, so as someone that watched the marathon for years, it was a tough thing to see on Monday, and you guys performed. So can you maybe just start us both off, just what that was like? Because it only happened a couple hours before when you guys went live for the East Coast.
Well, I don't know about Whitney, but it happened actually right before our dress rehearsal. And like Whitney, you were in two, three numbers?
Yeah, 2 numbers.
2 numbers. I was in 4 numbers, and I'm like, you know, I heard about it, and I saw somebody looking at the pictures, and of course everybody on Twitter, on the news, and I'm like, I can't look at this right now. I have to do this. And then in the middle of my dress rehearsal, or right after the dress rehearsal, I started looking, and the first thing that I see is 5 hours before that, right, because I didn't check my Twitter, and then it's my friend Carrie is tweeting pictures from the marathon, and she's like, so-and-so just made it this fast, like she's there. I'm like, oh my gosh. And that was a freak out moment for me, because I'm like, was she there? Was she hurt? And I texted her right away, and she luckily was fine and everything was fine, but she was literally in the place where bombing went off literally 2 minutes before it went off.
Whoa. Yeah.
So that was a real scary moment, and so it kind of brushed really close to home.
Absolutely. It was but it was such a great show on Monday, and it kind of felt like this was what everyone needed too.
Right.
So
good pickup.
Yeah, it was a really good pickup, and you guys had incredible energy, and it was Len's side-by-side challenge, which
so much fun.
I loved, I have to say.
Gosh.
So we're going to be talking a lot about that. But since Whitney's here and she's in the hot seat,
I know, my hot seat.
oh, we love you in the hot seat, because I have all of these amazing fan questions for you. I've got a bunch for Anna too tonight. I know. But you know, you are the newest troop member.
I am.
Coming off of season 9 of So You Think You Can Dance. So a lot of people have followed your journey. How has the transition been?
You know, it's been really cool. Things just keep happening. They're just like a snowball after the show. It's been really, really fun. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better time in my life right now.
And to be 19 and all of this happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you, since you
fun.
obviously were training in ballroom, was it an aspiration of yours to be on the show?
Yeah, it definitely was. I definitely was a fan of the show when I was little. And
that was like 3 years ago.
Exactly.
No, I just mean, you know, like 12,
Younger.
13. Younger, exactly. Yeah, so definitely I was a fan. And it was kind of just one day my mom was like, I think you should really do it. I wasn't even planning on auditioning, and she's like, I think you really should do it. And I just went, and I did it, and I'm really glad I did.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Totally.
Good.
It really is. And you know, it's just so interesting because last season I was doing the AfterBuzz So You Think You Can Dance show, and we said we're going to see Witney and Lindsay on Dancing with the Stars because we knew that there was going to be a little bit of transition with from last season, and we called it. When did you find out that you were going to be in the troupe?
Actually, right after tour, after So You Think You Can Dance tour, I was contacted by a director, David Winters. I don't know if you've heard of him, but West Side Story, he's a producer of that. So he was like, he called me while I was on tour, and he was like, I really want you to come do this movie that I'm doing. And I was like, I don't know how to act. I've never acted my entire life. He's like, I don't care. I'll teach you. I just need you to come. So I went and did that for 2 months. And I came home, I think for like a week, and I got the call that day, and they were like, we want you to be on the troupe, and I was there like 3 days later.
Wow.
Holy cow.
So I haven't even had like time to just like, what's happening?
You haven't processed any of it.
No, no.
Is that East Side Story? Because someone was asking about it. Yes.
And East Side Story.
And Keon's in it?
Yes, Keon's in it. He's my co-star, so it's so much fun. It's good.
That's great because they were asking about it. Yeah. Do you know when you're done filming, but do you have a release date for it? Because this was asked by Anonymous. Anonymous obviously didn't want to give their name. Yes. Anon.
Okay. Well, actually, we're not finished with it because I had to leave to do the show because I really wanted to do the show first. So we have to go back for another like week or two in June. So it's pushed back a little bit, but it should be like November, December.
Nice.
The release date, hopefully.
Yay.
Yeah.
And is it a feature film or a short film or?
Feature film.
Feature film.
Nice.
Cool. That is amazing.
Okay, I have a question real quick. So You Think You Can Dance, how did it prepare you for being on Dancing with the Stars?
You know, I think just working with all the different choreographers and working with all the other talent around me, it really helped me to push even harder with my dancing, and it really made me want to be a better dancer. So I think that helped a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good motivation. It was good,
Good
like
motivation.
training. It was good
Exactly,
training. Now
yeah.
she's really a pro. She might be young and cute, but she's really a pro. She knows what
But
she's
this is
doing.
good. And how has it been? Because you're really good friends with Lindsay Arnold. You guys have grown up
Yeah.
together, and you've had this incredible journey together. So You Think You
Yeah.
Can Dance to Dancing with the Stars. How has that been?
It's honestly been amazing because, like, just having your best friend there the entire way, like, through everything, it's such a blessing because we can always feel comfortable with each other, you know, so it's good. I'm definitely super happy for her that she's a pro. That's amazing. Obviously, I'm bummed, but it's so cool that we get to do like show after show
Yeah.
together. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And you went a little further in So You Think You Can Dance than she did. So everyone has their
Exactly.
thing, you
Like
know?
she has her time, and then I have my time. That's kind of how
It totally
I look
works
at it.
out. And you know what? You can be supportive of each other too. What, you did really?
Oh no, we totally are
Yeah.
supportive of each other. 100%. 100%.
All right. Well, let me grab some of these fan questions because there's so many too. We got a whole bunch that come in. They have like 16 questions each for you. I know.
You have to pick and choose. Pick and choose.
I'm like blushing. I'm getting flushed. The hot seat is really hot.
All right. Well, a lot of people want you to become pro next season. They're ready for you already. So,
They
Jonathan,
are.
they are. Yeah,
Oh,
we're all
gosh.
ready. This is
Okay.
good. You got star quality, girl. All right, Jonathan Calderon. He said, Whitney, if you become pro on the show, if you could pick a star to be paired with, who would it be and why? And by the way, please follow me on Twitter.
He says this to everybody.
But he's from Utah. He's from Utah. I'll give you his Twitter
I know
address.
his name very
Okay.
well. Jonathan, love you, buddy. He's a great fan.
Probably follow
Yeah.
him. Okay.
I should probably do that.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Yeah, what
What
star?
star?
Paired
Okay. You know, I've thought about this, and at first it was Justin Bieber because I had the fever, but now I don't. So now I'm like kind of in like a Zac Efron mode right now. Like if he were to come on the show,
for you.
is he old?
No, older dude for
Old
you.
for me. Okay. No, yeah. I
I'm
think he's
teasing, I'm
super hot. And I think
good-looking.
and he has like coordination. So
Right,
it'd
he
be
can
great.
dance.
Yeah.
He can move.
No,
he
he
can
can.
move.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be a good
So,
person to
that
definitely.
would be a very good person. I have a list, but yeah.
He's a top three. He's a top
Yeah,
three.
he's up there, definitely.
All right, so I've got another question for you, and this goes back to So You Think You
Oh,
Can
these are
Dance.
fun.
Yeah. Who do you keep in touch with from the season? Who's the closest guy and the closest girl? Obviously, besides Lindsay. Okay.
Keon probably just because of the movie. I still talk to Will. I talk to Lindsay, I talk to Tiffany, talk to Audrey, talk to George. I mean, we're all really, really close. I mean, we'll shoot a text here or there to each other, and they all live here in LA locally. So, and Cyrus, Cyrus is a good friend.
But you
too.
also you did the tour together, right? So you
Yeah.
probably had that bonding period when you were all on tour.
Totally. Like, we really are a family. I mean, when you're on a bus all day, all night.
Right.
I mean,
You get to know each
You get
other.
to know each other very well.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Yeah,
good. I know. For better or worse, probably some days.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll tell you.
Not on air. Not on air.
Not on air, yeah. Just keep that for myself.
All right. How about when you're working, like, do you get the opportunity to work with some of the celebs and the pros? Like, do you go into Lindsay's rehearsal ever and kind of help her, give her tips or anything else like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, what was the question? Sorry, I just... Like,
No. Yeah,
no
sure.
question.
Do you get to help with choreography with any of the other pros?
Yeah.
I mean, this week, of course, I'm sure everyone had assistants and you guys had to say, but in other weeks.
Yeah. You know, sometimes Mark or Derek or Lindsay will just be like, will you come in and help me with this lift? Like, I don't know. I just need to help, like, with the girl part, or, you know, like, just another input is nice to have. So, yeah, I'll step in for people or just do whatever they want me to do, basically.
Yeah.
Do the extra body.
She's
You need me, I'm there. Okay, cool.
She's a go-to girl.
That's good, though. That's good that you know that you're helpful and everything.
Right.
And so beyond the movie, after the season ends, and what are you doing for the summer? Do you have any plans? We're going to look for you anywhere?
I can't say right now.
Okay.
But I think you'll see me in the summer.
Awesome.
Probably.
Yay.
Maybe. I can't say, but yeah.
We're going to have to
Hopefully.
guess what it is.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
TV, the stage, or on film? Give us the medium at least.
TV.
Okay.
I think I know.
I think I know too.
Oh, do you? Okay.
We'll talk off air, or we'll take suggestions in those YouTube comments.
Right.
All right, well, let's get started in talking about this week because there's so much to talk about. You guys
Yeah.
were both in a lot of dances, and this is really going to give us a great inside look, which I'm so happy that you're both here because I thought Len's Side-by-Side Challenge was very successful.
Very successful. I think it's one of the
Yeah.
most successful things they've done in all 16 seasons.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
It was, remember how a couple of seasons they did like trios? Mm-hmm. This is like way above.
Yeah.
Way above
It
trios.
was so smart because you had the pros, and then you had everyone together, and then you just had the celeb and the pro by themselves, and it
Yeah.
really gave you an idea of what to look for, even if you're just
Exactly.
not someone that's a dancer.
Yeah, and I think it definitely helped the celebrity as well, you know, just to get a different perspective of, you know, different people.
And having other people and having someone else to mimic off of. Like,
Yes.
I had a male in the studio and a female had a
Yes.
female to look off.
That's
definitely.
definitely
Even
very
in
true.
some of your packages where you were helping the female, I forgot who you were
Right.
helping.
Kelly, I had Kelly and
you
Zendaya.
were literally placing her head and placing her arm,
Right.
you know, and very hands-on. I
Yeah.
loved it. I was like, "Go,
I'm
Anna."
very hands-on, and I was like, you know, I love both girls. I love Kelly and I love Zendaya. I'm just thrilled for them. They absolutely amazing, and they were so sweet, both of them. And they really wanted to learn, and they were so like, oh my gosh, it's so good to have a girl. Show me how to be a girl.
Yes.
And, you know, because sometimes when guys teach, they sort of like go, just do this, and oh yeah, that feels good, but they're not necessarily going to
Yeah.
go into the whole styling,
Yeah.
right?
Plus, it's a nice break for the pro.
It is a bit of a break for the pro, yes, because it's like Whitney said, it's like a third eye. It's like when you've been with this person, with this same partner, celebrity, and you see them every day, and it's been like a few months now, you sort of getting used to certain things that they do, and you don't see some things that they do that are kind of big things. And then when this fresh person comes in with the same expertise, they can say, oh, watch for this and this that they do. You go, oh yeah, that's right, it's true. So I think it's just overall helped bring up the level of the celebrities as well.
That's great. Well, let's dive right into the very first dance of the night, which was Ingo and Kim, and they were dancing with
Yes.
Tony and Emma.
Yes.
Doing the cha-cha.
I love that song, can I just tell you? And like
That
that,
song is
piece.
awesome.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Now,
I
this is
loved it.
really interesting because we got a
Yeah.
fan question, and
Oh.
we actually have a little video clip of Ingo talking about it
Oh,
after. I know, from the red carpet. Jackie Moran was on the red carpet this week, and I just want to get the name of the fan that sent in the question. But you noticed, and this was mentioned on the package, but you know, Sandy Braden had asked, you know, is Ingo having any fun because his Twitter feed had been pretty negative all week long.
Really?
So she had picked up on this. And then it was on the package during the week.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Very perceptive, I
Very
thought.
perceptive.
Martin, are we able to run the little clip just to see where, you know, his
What's
head was
happening?
Yeah, totally. Hold on. Give me a second.
at? Yeah, we'll just give it a second. And yeah, it's a fun little clip, and she asked that question, so. But really get inside his head and just see what was happening.
So we need you, Stevie Wonder Week, the final dance. I'm going to request it right here, right? I think you need to close out the show.
Let's make that happen.
All right, now we need to address one more thing. Our fans tweet us questions for you.
Yes.
And I can see we're all smiles here, Sally Braden on Twitter.
Hi, Sally.
She was worried, yes, she was worried that you're not having fun. So that was her question, is he having fun?
Oh, well, you saw in the packet that I was not having fun during rehearsal.
Yes.
But I still show up, and I put in the hours, and I put in the work, and, you know, I was really just wasn't comfortable with it. It's a very different dance for me. But I think Kim and I were just saying we had the most fun out there on the dance floor we've ever had, because
really did.
I was talking to her throughout the whole dance.
Oh, were you? What'd you talk about? What you ate today?
Just like, whoa, yeah, oh, girl, all right, woo!
All right. So you get the idea that, you know, he didn't have the best time in rehearsal with the cha-cha.
Right.
But I felt like at least his energy when he was out on the dance floor was
His
definitely
energy
there.
was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He did so much better, I thought, than even in dress rehearsal.
Oh yeah. His energy was definitely better. Yeah.
And I think that's the most that we've actually seen from him.
I would
You
say
know?
so. The thing about Ingo, and we've been talking about it, that you sometimes overlook him, and even though he brings consistent performances each single time, and I think him is doing a fantastic job with choreography, it just sometimes he's like too nice. Like he's got to get a little
attack, maybe.
dirty,
He's
a
got to
little.
get a little nasty.
I didn't really particularly. He's just kind of not noticeable for me. I feel like
Right.
out of everybody now, you're starting to see improvements, especially this week, having the other couple next to them. And for me, he's just kind of staying the same. It might be a little bit improved, but not like the others.
Significant.
He really needs to watch out. Like, and this is, if fans are picking up, like, basically the reason and I'm sure we're gonna talk about it, the reason we all love watching Andy Dick is because he is having so much fun.
Yep.
He is enjoying every single moment of this process, and fans picking on that stuff up like this. If you are having fun, if you go out there, and not just on the performances, but also during a rehearsal week when you have that excited energy
You
and
show
that
up every
positive
day.
energy, and you are, you know, there in that, then it's really, really important. So Ingo needs to maybe be a little more positive.
Yeah.
And I think we saw that last season with Kirstie Alley, another one that's not a natural dancer, but she's
Exactly.
having the time of her life with Max, and that's
So
all
much
that mattered.
fun.
There's a difference between like just doing the steps and like really putting your whole heart in it.
Right.
And everyone can tell, you know.
Yeah.
So I think.
I think, Anna, something you said maybe week 2, you said that if you had a celebrity partner, you wish that they would go all the way, not
Yeah.
just like be timid about it. And that's something I do appreciate about him a lot, is that he really pushes. Sometimes it's a little bit too much attack, like everything's like hit. It's just like a lot that happens
Another one
a lot.
bites the dust, or
Yes.
whatever that was.
And I wish,
Yeah.
and a few of the judges have caught on it, saying, you know, you need to add a little bit more finesse, maybe have some care. But I think Lynn said, maybe have some care, not so much flair or something for the movement, attention to details. That's what
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah, the sloppy footwork, sometimes you see it, because he looks like he's very, very tall. I don't know
He's
how
a tall guy. He's
Yeah.
like 6'2".
So sometimes it's hard when you're that
and
tall.
And he's muscular.
Yep, and you remember what's happening here, and also all the way down to the toe.
Connecting it all, yeah.
777, that was a 21.
Pretty
so
good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, we move on to Jacoby and Karina.
Yes.
Couple. They killed
With
that
Max and Anna, and
Yay.
also
Killed
the
it.
encore dance, doing the
Yay.
jive.
Let me say this before
so
we go,
good.
and then we can talk about the dance. You outdid yourself this week. Honestly. Seriously.
It's like a puppy.
The opening to this dance was absolutely out of control amazing.
Thank
I wrote
you.
it down. I was like, out of control amazing superstar. That's what you
Oh
are.
my
And let's just
I
say,
have to say it.
let's just say,
too nice.
your body looked flawless,
Stop
lean
it.
and toned, and I know.
Just kidding.
I was
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, too bad it doesn't look better. I was like, oh my gosh, it looks amazing.
You guys are too nice. You're too nice. Okay, thank you very much. I'll just take it in, and I'll just be like, thank you.
I love this
Appreciate it.
couple. They're one of my favorite couples.
So
I'm
good.
calling it right now. They're going to be in the finale.
They have
Yeah,
to.
they have
Yeah.
to.
I've been saying it since week 1. I liked him. awesome routine.
I think this is this is the dance that really put him at the top of that final 3 position.
Can I
because
give you an
he had-
inside scoop?
Oh,
Yeah,
go
let's
ahead.
hear it. Let's do it.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Oh Lord Jesus!
We're pulling it all out.
It was actually a very hard dance for him to do. He was dying, like in the rehearsals, between the takes, like of when we did the rehearsal, he was like
Dying.
Oh my gosh, he was dying because he's such a big guy and he's so muscular, and to move him, and Karina is like a speed devil.
Yep.
Yeah.
To keep up with her with this amazing huge body of his, it's so hard. It takes so much energy, and he would be like
I'm so happy you said that because being tall, like people don't understand that too. No,
it's
being
harder.
tall, which I could speak for myself. You have to work almost twice as hard to keep up with you little speed monsters, short, regular sized dancers.
Right. So he was like, he was kind of looking forward for the jive to be over on Monday, and then I joked Tuesday, I'm like, hey, you got the encore? He's like, yeah. I was ready never to do that dance again. But again, his personality is just phenomenal, and his sense of rhythm. He has like the best sense of rhythm.
Innate sense of rhythm. You know, it was really nice too seeing Max in the studio and having another man there too. You saw him give that little
Another
note.
bigger guy too, because Max is a bigger guy. So I think Jacoby
And he just gave him that
could
little
relate to it.
note about where to keep his hands, and it made like all the difference. You're like, oh gosh, just those little subtle things.
What
Performance
impressed me so much were his retractions with his legs. That was impressive because I mean he has a long way to go. A long way to go. And though he might have not have pointed his feet like I would have liked it, but whatever. Who cares?
He
Like, he's
doesn't
amazing.
care.
Who cares? He had so
He's
much energy. He
amazing.
killed
I
it.
thought he even looked better, even cleaner on the encore on Tuesday.
Probably
let it
more
go.
relaxed.
Yeah.
More relaxed, and he has a tendency because he's so tall and Karina's petite. Sometimes he like will lean over,
towers over.
yeah,
her,
and he didn't do that on Tuesday as much, and I thought that was really nice.
Yay.
So,
Yay.
yeah, that was a 26 score for him.
Absolutely deserved.
Attaboy.
Attaboy, I know. Now we move on to our guest last week with Victor.
Yeah.
Victor.
And Lindsay with Tristan, our week 2 guest, and Emma Slater. So doing the Viennese waltz.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Love the song. Love the theme of the
that
whole
song.
mannequin
Yeah, the
thing.
mannequins.
Who knows what was going on in Victor's head though? In his like little I have a girlfriend, I don't have a girlfriend, I'm crushed. What was going on there? Who knows? Who's got the scoop?
Last week,
I
when
know
he
you're
was
looking
here,
at me, but I honestly don't know with him. He's weird about that stuff. Like I'll always ask him and be like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. Like he'll just be like really weird about it. So I don't know.
And then all of a sudden he had a girlfriend. I know we kind
And then,
of.
and
had
then
a
all of a sudden he had
girlfriend?
like a girl like in the audience with him. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know because last week he said he was single, so that's why I was like,
Well, maybe he was single last
think
week,
it-
and
it
now
might have
he's
happened.
not.
No, he's not.
Maybe it's like just he made up his mind on like Monday morning. Actually, no, I do have a girlfriend.
Oh, did he?
No, I'm just making
maybe
stuff
it
up.
happened over the weekend.
I'm making stuff up. You guys don't quote me.
But he was down in the dumps, but he came through in the end, which was
Yeah.
good. Which was
I
good.
think he's better at the slower dances. He definitely is better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow dances.
Have you heard from Lindsay? Because he is a ball of energy, so it's hard for him to sometimes rein it in on maybe
Rein
some of the
it.
fast dances.
Yeah, he's just so big as well as Jacoby. So like you were saying, it's hard to contain that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it definitely has been hard for her. She said her arms were like dying because she had
to help him
lift
up
him up.
a
You know,
little
like the
bit.
whole time, and he's like, "Come on, lift your arms up." But
Right.
I'm the support now.
I know.
Yeah. Well, whatever Lindsay did, they look great together, and his frame looked really good actually. So she did good.
Good.
I think
Good girl.
he picked up on Tristan's kind of relaxed energy. And
Yes,
I
that's
think that
true.
gracefulness really transferred into his dance, especially
Yeah.
with side by side. I thought they looked really well.
They did.
Really
They
great
looked
side by
really.
side.
It was
yeah.
a really good match. I think even physically, the two couples looked really well matched.
Yeah.
They did pretty well, I thought, overall, with all the dancers, of
Yes.
matching up some of the taller people
Yeah.
with some of the taller dancers and vice versa. So it was great. 21 on that score, which, I thought that was really
pretty
good.
good.
Yep. Now we go to Allie and Mark and Whitney and Tony.
That was honestly so much fun. I just have to tell you. Allie is like the cutest, sweetest girl ever.
Yeah.
We bonded so much. I mean, I love her, and she's doing so good. So good.
She had that great breakthrough, I think, last week, and you could see the confidence this week.
Yeah,
And I thought that was
definitely.
fantastic. I loved in the package that you were working with her on getting a little sexy, bringing that Whitney sexiness to Allie.
You brought it out in her.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, because Mark was just so focused on the technique and the steps. She wasn't having any fun. Like, she was just really focused on the steps. And I was like, Samba's all about rhythm. It's all about, you know, having fun. It's a party dance, basically.
Right.
So we kind of just loosened her up a little bit and sexified it a little bit.
Got that going.
I thought it was a huge week for her, breaking out of gymnast mold.
And let's point out something, and this was also a fan question from Bex. Yes, we've been talking about this,
Gymnastics
the claw
hold.
hands that gymnasts have. Oh my gosh.
It's great.
Tough
I've
habit.
never heard a claw of it as
It's a claw.
It's
It's
not
a claw.
Chest.
When you were trained in ballet, it's a
Russians are the
claw.
worst.
It's not a claw.
They are.
We will argue till the death.
Till the death. Let's go. But I've got a great question about Allie, and this is from Bex. Since she was working with Allie, can you ask her, you Whitney, if you were able to see an effect or a difference after learning about the events on Monday? Because I don't know if a lot of people know, but she was supposed to be the grand marshal for the marathon.
She was really upset. She was very upset. And Mark and I were just like, Allie, you know, the show has to go on. Like, the people are waiting, you know, to see the show. And so we just had to go with it. But she was really sad.
Yeah, it's tough,
hard
and you know, she's an Olympian. She's done a lot for the community. They've recognized her. Boston loves its sports celebrities. So you know, she's been under quite a bit there, and I think that it's hard not to, you know.
I think almost that distraction of having the weight of that situation helped her in the dance because she was carefree, and I think she wanted to bring joy to the people maybe watching it.
No,
you know?
definitely.
And I think that really helped with her. And I love that you brought out the beast in her, not the best, the beast.
The beast.
Yes.
She needs that, you know, because she's been a controlled gymnast, you know, for so long.
Exactly.
I said, I wrote this note. I said, I would really like for you two to be best friends. I feel like it'd be really fun. I think it'd just be fun.
Best friends. No, we are. We got so close, like within those 2 rehearsals. Like her and I really connect.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I don't
you guys
know.
are all the
That's
same.
Brought out the
Lindsay,
best
you.
in Allie.
Yeah.
You're all like
we are
18,
really
19,
close.
so that's great.
You can relate. Everyone's like, let's go clubbing. We're like, what?
We can't.
We're just gonna chill and watch a movie or something.
We're underage.
Like, well, we're gonna go to Pinkberry, you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Pinkberry.
By the
Pinkberry's where it's at.
You're getting crazy.
I'm coming to Pinkberry with them because I don't go clubbing. I don't have energy. I much rather have like berries and chocolates. And
Berries and chocolate.
I need a little energy. I can't do clubs. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, their score for the samba was 25.
Yes, very good.
Very good.
Very good.
I wanted there to be another 9, though. I think they deserved it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Boo on you,
Great week for
Carrie
them.
Ann.
I
Boo
think
on
they
you,
did too.
Carrie
I know
Ann.
it's usually, you know, Bruno and Carrie Ann will agree, and then Len doesn't. But
yeah,
Allie's just going to keep improving.
I do too.
I think
She
so
will.
too.
She'll
will.
go far.
all right, before we move on to the back dances, the 5 through 9, we do want to remind everyone that if you are downloading everything from
Yes.
iTunes, we want to thank you so much for commenting, and if you want to rate us, we would love a 4 or a 5. That's always good.
Yay. Give us a
Unlike Dancing with the
5.
Stars, where a 4 or a 5 is bad, 4 or 5 on iTunes is fantastic. We appreciate you telling your friends and spreading the word, and we love hearing your comments and feedback. And you know, we're out there, iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, we're all out there talking to everyone. So we sure appreciate your support. All right. Now we go to the back. Was it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Back 5. All right. I'm glad I can count on my fingers. There we go, kids. Math was not my major.
Yep.
We're going to talk about
Neither did
Sean
mine.
and Peta with Tristan and Chelsea doing the
Yay.
quick step.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love the outfits.
Wait, we're talking about dances, and she's talking about the outfits.
That's funny. I love
I
it.
love the
They
outfits.
were amazing, though.
Those
Yes.
gold,
They
really were.
Those gold
Yes.
lame pants. I was like, all
I
right.
know,
okay.
right?
And her little afro.
The afro, the hair.
She always changes her hair.
Yeah, that was good. I don't know. I think it was very, very clever because it's like the danger of side-by-side challenge, period, was that you wanted to make sure, and when you had the two couples together, that it did something that complemented each other and then didn't make celebrity look like the weakest link, right? You had to really think it through. Wouldn't you agree? So
Yes.
in the quick step, it was probably one of the hardest things to do because, like, that's why I thought it was so smart that Peta put Sean and then Tristan and Chelsea on the pedestal where they just stayed in place. Because with the quick step, with keeping the frame and keeping the footwork exactly the same. I mean, with 2 people, it's hard.
Yeah.
With 4 people, it's even harder. And trying to travel like from one side of the room to another. So for them to be in one spot, not really moving and just doing those rhythmical changes was just super smart.
Yeah, it really was, because in the quick step, like, one little mess up and like the whole thing, it's over. So I definitely think I agree with you. It was smart.
I thought this was the breakthrough that he needed. I thought this was the first week where I really thought, okay, I'm gonna
finally dance.
He can finally dance. He, he's he moves like in one unit.
He does
all the time,
which is not bad for ballroom, because it helps him actually. Even though he's, he moves like one unit, but that. You need that a little bit for frame, right? For like quick steps and tangos and waltzes, because he's really quite good at the frame, actually, I thought.
Best week he's had.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Best week.
Yep.
And he
really
looked
liked
sharp, the velvet.
And he was in love with Tristan. What was that?
That was so
the
funky.
That was the bromance. It got a little carried away.
That was with the
They
rose.
need something. I mean,
Except the rose.
something to show on TV.
Do you know what? Dancing with the Stars' commitment to cheese is like never fails.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, here's what I want to know. On Tuesday's show, Tom Bergeron, did he slip and say their wedding is in August, which has not been announced by ABC?
No.
He did. He said they're getting married on ABC in August, and Sean was like, because I don't think that it's been publicly announced.
It has not been announced.
And my guess is that they're announcing at the upfronts in May, which happened in a few weeks. So, they're getting married in August. Everyone, mark your calendar.
It's out.
It's a summer wedding. I didn't mention their score, which was a 24, and
Very good.
Great for him.
Great for him. Yeah.
Big week.
Really excited. Oh, we're going back into another Anna dance.
Yes.
Kelly and Derek and Anna and Henry.
Yay!
Doing the foxtrot.
Dance with Henry.
I loved this piece. I loved like the
Thank
whole
you.
theme of it. It was kind of like the Great Gatsby.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was, yes.
Yes.
It was nice. It was a really good look for it.
And one of the best things was that they I love that Derek incorporated John in the actual dance as it was going along. I
Yeah.
was like, that's cool. Like,
Thank
why didn't anyone else do that?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that was
I'm
cool.
bursting to say something about this dance. The Great
Please.
Gatsby. Henry Bialykov was a huge part of the Great Gatsby.
Yes.
The dancers, the actors, Tobey Maguire helping all of them.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised
Cool.
that piece happened, but it was fantastic, and we wanted to talk about it when he was here as a guest. His role in that film. I'm really excited about that film.
Nice.
Yes,
But,
me too.
Baz
love this
Luhrmann.
piece.
It's going to be great.
It'll be amazing. Yeah, it was so much fun. Actually, it was the whole, and I'm sure you felt the same way. The whole, well, yeah, you did. You just said that. But the whole night, for me, felt like so much fun. I mean, it was an equivalent of like being in the finals for me, because I got to dance 4 numbers. I had 3 partners. And then like it was a 2-hour show, but for me it felt like a 15 minutes, because literally I was like, dance, change, makeup, hair.
So
You don't have
Dance,
time to think.
change, makeup, hair. And it was like that till the end. And then when finally it finished, I was like, was it just 2 hours? Because it like, let's do it again. I was so pumped. I was jumping up and down like a yo-yo till 2 in the morning that day.
I bet.
And I was like,
The adrenaline.
and it was so much fun to dance with every celebrity and to like really get to know them and really experience them like on your team. It was fantastic.
Well, I have a question about Kelly this week, and it comes from
Yes.
Kristen Hope.
Kelly.
And she wanted to know, what was it like working with Kelly this week? Did you notice that she dances better in rehearsal versus show nights? Because she said she's starting to notice some nerves and maybe has seen some other footage. Is she performing better in rehearsals versus
I
show
don't
night?
think so. I actually think she does better in the show nights, because what she does during the show night, she puts on the swag. Because in rehearsal, she is so focused, and as you've seen in rehearsal, Derek is a pretty strict teacher. He's a perfectionist, so she is so like driven to like just do everything right, do everything perfect, kind of like, oh, I don't want to mess up, I don't want to mess up. But then on the show, she just comes through and shines, and
Perform.
I can
she's
see
just
how
wonderful.
someone would say that though, because when she does get nervous, she gets kind of stiff. And so I think in rehearsal she's more relaxed, in that environment. So she may be stiff when she performs. But yeah, like I definitely think she brings it out on the performance.
And I think she was better this week than last week. Last week, I think her
Absolutely.
husband maybe caused a little bit of nerves.
And I think it was also a fun thing for her to do, because I don't think how often Kelly Pickler gets to be a lady on a dance floor and Dancing with the Stars doing foxtrot. That was my best Kelly Pickler. That was so weird. That was so weird. That's my best Kelly. I was hanging out with her too much. Now I want to speak like Kelly Pickler.
We'll have Jake do it. He's got a southern accent.
Kelly Pickler.
Kelly
Pickler.
But I thought she had a huge breakthrough, not only in her dancing, because she had a lot of stuff, but like Derek said, this was her first like traditional ballroom dance where she had to learn the different footwork, different hold, not looking at the partner, because before it was like a cha-cha and a jazz routine. It was all much more free, and this was definitely like one of those where you can get, it could have made her really, really stiff, but because of the character she put on, it actually made her very, very lovely.
Something that Henry said when he was on the show, he said, it's really interesting seeing people when they can translate the character along with the movement, because that's when you know someone's a true mover and a performer. And that's what she did, even like the weebles, wobbles.
Yes.
That was so cute.
That was super cute. It was very clever of Derek to put it on. And I mean, he got it.
And I love the piano on the floor with the singing. That was really,
awesome.
cool.
Antonio killed it. He just, I love them. I love those guys.
27,999. Great. Loved that.
Yay.
I can't wait till she gets 10s. That's all I'm going to say.
She's going to get one this season.
I can't wait.
It's going to happen. All right. DL and Cheryl with Sasha and Chelsea.
Yes.
Now, knowing Sasha Farber as a dancer, I thought with DL, this is going to be tough to match the two of them up, just because Sasha's very crisp, very clean as a dancer, and they're doing tango on top of all of this.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, I thought I know.
Ready?
Difficult. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to disagree on. I mean,
well, I thought actually it was DL's best performance. Absolutely, I thought Cheryl did great job with coming up with creative choreography, and
I felt like DL.
Can I just comment? I mean, first of all, both DL and Cheryl aesthetically looked fantastic. That dress on her was
beautiful.
So hot. And like just made her look sexy and curvy and very feminine. And then it was a little bit Bondy. It was a little Bond there. There was somewhere Bond and an exotic.
Tailored, very tailored.
If Bond would be a black man and a Bond girl would be this exotic chick like Cheryl. That's what I thought.
It totally works. I mean, I felt like DL fought like hell for this number. He just, he was like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be as sharp as I can and do what I can. He's not a dancer. He knew that.
Yes,
he
absolutely.
never denied that.
But he committed. And this is what we wanted from him the whole season. The first few weeks, he had his little, I don't know, I want to look like that. And then now he was the last two numbers. He was really committing to it, and I think he kind of achieved. He achieved a huge improvement for him.
He did, and I think he lasted longer than any of us thought he was going to last.
It was a good last note to leave on.
He went out on a good note for sure. The only thing I miss the fun element, because I like when he I say feet because he's clomping around a lot.
Clomping around the feet,
but that's
feet, damn
learned.
it. I miss the fun.
I just miss the fun in him.
This wasn't fun for him.
I love how she's reading his notes right now.
And he's turning bright red.
No, you're turning red.
A lack of technique evident.
There you go.
With your accent too, it's like a Russian school teacher.
I just miss the fun, because I think in some of the past dances he's really let
tango.
go.
What kind of fun are we talking about? It's the tango. It's the passionate
It's not the fun like this, but you can fun bring it like I'm about to tear this up.
Oh, you mean like the intensity?
Yes.
Oh, that's what you mean. That's fun for you.
Sometimes it could be fun, like
like a laser beam eyes is fun. Like that's fun.
Yeah. Like you're being playful.
What's going on here?
What's happening?
What is going on here?
It's the green today. It's the green.
It's like
watching that.
I cannot. The shade of red Jake is right now is amazing.
It's
actually. You look like my natural
like
hair.
her hair color. Anna's hair color.
I was gonna say
you were like a lobster color.
Thank you.
I was gonna say like my natural hair color.
Moving on.
Yes.
Moving
Come on,
on.
all right.
So
All right.
they got
done playing
18,
with you.
right?
They got an 18 exactly. All right.
It's good for him. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Depending where he came from. I mean, like,
Sure.
You know, it was
But I think
interesting.
it was, sorry.
Okay, I was just going to say it was interesting because I sort of threw it out on Twitter to everyone, like, who do you think's going to go home? And everyone was like, DL, DL, DL. And nobody said Andy, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because he didn't get very good comments, right?
No, they got the same
judges, like,
score.
They were like
Same
kind of
score.
really mean to him. Yeah.
I wasn't positive it was going to be DL, but I knew there was a good chance. But I thought
Yeah, but
Victor
we knew
and
it's going to
Andy-
be a good chance since, like, week 1.
Right. But Tim, Andy, and Victor. You know, I for me, I knew that those three were going to be down there.
Yeah.
Right.
But Andy was
right
not
choice.
all the way down. Look at
Yeah.
that. Who knew? Okay, we'll move on to Zendaya, Val, Anna, and Max.
And another one.
Look at that. Look at that.
He is again.
Doing the
Her again.
tango.
Yay!
All right, I want to know, I mean, what has it been like working in studio? Because you probably had reduced rehearsals because you have a 16-year-old in studio with you.
Right. Yes, I actually, somehow it turned out that I actually worked with Zendaya and Val, like, whatever Max was there, or for some reason, like,
Or
our
Max when he
schedule-
was showing up to rehearsal.
Right.
Late?
No, it's just our schedule was off because, well, this is what guys don't know. Like, I had a previous commitment that I had to go to out of town for Friday, Saturday. So I wasn't there, and Whitney actually stepped in
I did.
for,
Yes, Whitney.
for
Go
Max.
to, girl.
She's
Bye-ya.
There it
the
is.
savior here. Little lady.
I would not say that. but
Okay,
yeah.
I guess we shouldn't say that.
I tried.
But she, big helper.
Yeah,
Big,
it was
cute.
hard. It was hard, not gonna lie. I had to learn it in I had to learn actually all your numbers
Right,
in like
to
20
them,
minutes.
yeah.
So like, here you go. Here's a bunch of choreography. Now we're
Yeah.
gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So Whitney had to step in and kind of help out with the group parts, but I was able to sort of do, because we had to do 4 hours with each couple, and I sort of was able to do my own 4 hours, like, with just people, right? So Zendaya, I actually ended up working the most with, I think. So when Bruno commented, you were, just as good as Anna, I'm like, yes, because
Yeah.
that's kind of like the thing. I actually worked with her. Probably her and Kelly I worked the most with.
Well, I'm going to ask this question because I
Yeah.
keep hearing it from the fans and I'm seeing it in the YouTube comments, and everyone is getting upset saying Zendaya is a ringer and that ABC is propping her up. And I, she's a good natural mover, but they're saying she's a hip hop dancer, she knows how to dance, and I'm like, being able to do hip hop does not make you a good ballroom dancer in my mind.
It's completely different.
Well, let's start from the top. Okay, if we're talking about ABC pushing, who do we have on the show as well?
The Bachelor.
Sean Lowe, The Bachelor.
Hello. I mean, there are little connections here and there everywhere, and I mean, listen, Allie just came from Olympics. She has like a gazillion millions of followers on Twitter. Like, is that ringer? No. I mean, I think every single celebrity that is in the show have a certain demographic. They have certain set of talents, and they have certain, like, it's very, very balanced. So, and I mean, Jacoby, hello, Mr. Personality, who just won the Super Bowl ring. Like, I mean, does that make him a ringer because he won the Super Bowl ring?
Well, and I also this is the other thing I throw out. I'm like, well, Kelly has a natural dance ability, and they're like, but she was a cheerleader, so it doesn't make her a dance ringer. They feel like ABC.
Yeah, but cheerleader, you have to dance.
Yeah.
Exactly, but here's the thing. This is what they're saying. They're saying that ABC purposely put in Zendaya knowing that she could take it all the way to the top and win it because they want to make her a star.
I'm gonna yawn. That makes me want to yawn.
And the thing is,
It just.
And the thing-
I mean,
yeah.
because we could sit here and probably take somebody from each couple and say, well, this is why they are probably
Exactly.
gonna.
Well, and that's
go
why I
all the way to
argue.
the end.
I'm like,
Exactly.
you can take Kelly in this situation. You can take Allie and her
Right.
gymnastics ability, because I think we know we're probably the top 4 at least are going to be Jacoby, Allie, Kelly, Zendaya.
right.
The thing with Zendaya, that makes no sense to me. Sorry, but
And the thing is, like, think about Nicole Scherzinger and Sabrina
Yep.
Bryan. Like, they have
Yep.
dance backgrounds.
They did,
quote,
yeah.
unquote,
especially Nicole.
Yeah, like that's their whole thing.
I will say this: look, being a hip hop dancer is completely different. However, What it does give her is the ability to probably pick
Memorize
up
routine,
right.
yes.
She's dancing on set.
Definitely has like an upper.
That is true, but also just seeing her, what she was doing on Wednesday and then what she brought to the floor on Monday. You guys, the improvement was incredible. Like, people see the end result on Monday, but they don't see the whole journey. And I was there when she looked awkward, actually. I'm sorry, Zendaya, I love you to bits, and you know that, but there were moments which were awkward, and her legs were not quite there, and her long arms, and
she has long little limbs, and
you know, she has
even in the
skinny
routine.
long limbs.
She hasn't grown into her body yet, and you do see it.
Of course.
You see it in the dance.
The fact that she brings it all together is because she's just works a lot.
Yeah.
As much as she can, because she's 16. You know what? After working with her, she is so humble. She is so sweet, and she is like a sponge, right? I love students like that because they just take it in and then process it and able to bring it out. They understand, digest, and then able to perform it. And if that's her quality, and in 2 years she's gonna blow up, I'll be like, yes, and that's exactly why she's a huge star.
Yeah. Whitney, I have a question, because this came from Jade, too, about Zendaya, and you guys are closer in age than probably some of us over here.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that they wanted to know, you know, she's the youngest, but does she feel like she's pushed out because she is the youngest? She's not, she is close to everyone because she doesn't have the opportunity to hang out. She's got school and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see her as much. I don't know if it's different for you, but she definitely has school, so she's not really around as much. But I mean, I've talked to her, I've hung out with her a couple of times. She's so sweet, so humble.
So nice.
And what I love about her, she is, like you were saying, very hardworking. Her work ethic is amazing. So for someone to say like ABC is like making her this big star, she's making herself the star.
I like that.
She, you know, her work ethic is phenomenal. So
So I would like to put this argument to rest, everyone.
Exactly.
Dun, dun.
Yes.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
And with that, their score was, we saw our first 10s of the season.
Yay.
Yes. 29.
So happy.
Well
So
deserved.
happy.
Well deserved.
Little Len with his 9, of course.
It's okay.
Anna's touch over there.
A little honest touch.
I know.
On the what?
Oh.
On the what? On a touch? On who? On Len?
No.
On Zendaya.
Oh, on Zendaya. That was actually, I was like, huh? Len?
Where's your
No. No, it was great. Like, I just loved working with her. We had to come up with the ways that, and she said in her little story that, like, I'm not, a grown-up woman. I don't know what the heck that means, and it is weird. And it's probably Argentine tango is probably one of the most sensual dances, and her being 16, it's just weird.
Right.
So she had to. I helped her a little bit. I'll take a little bit of credit, a tiny bit. But she needed to come up with some solutions mentally. And the thing is, you guys, what makes her so good is not just her dancing ability. Good, she's fantastic. It's her being able to commit to every single dance's character. She's actually a very good actress first, and then a dancer. Do you know what I'm saying? And because she's able to commit, then sometimes you're able to oversee some little technical mistakes because she's just so committed to executing it with her emotion and her body, and just like what you were saying, like that intensity.
in her eyes never leaves her eyes.
Exactly.
All right, we're gonna have to move along here
Let's
to
do
our
it.
final dance. Andy and Sharna and Sasha and Emma. Look, they always put Sasha with the dancers that are struggling a little bit more, which I think is kind of interesting.
Interesting.
Yes, the Paso Doble. Okay, this is really where it gets hard for DL and Andy. It really does, because they've made it to week 5, and this is as you were saying, you're starting to see the real differences in dance level. But Andy, he's just going to go out there and he's going to do it. And even though I think it was Len that said it looked like Pasadena versus the Paso Doble. But
so mean.
I know.
It was so mean, but
kind of funny.
but kind of funny.
Clever, very clever. Yeah.
He got a little caught up in his cave, but he had a great entrance. I didn't know if he was ever going to stop.
Zip lining.
It was amazing.
I was like,
I was
I
so
wanna do that.
entertained. And I think that's what people, at home, they don't know technique. They don't know what paso is. They just want to be entertained. And that's what Andy does.
It
Absolutely.
It was a little hard for me to watch.
Really?
To be honest.
Was it hard for you to watch?
It was. It was
Really?
Why was it hard for you to watch?
I think because I want him to do better than he's doing. He's doing great, but it wasn't my favorite routine he's done.
Really? I
Yeah.
loved it.
I loved
you?
it,
I did too.
I loved it. It was like
It was so great.
it was like going on a Disney ride. It really, and I can say Disney, ABC Disney.
It was like Disney Zorro. The old Zorro,
It was like the old Zorro. It was like a thrill ride with him ziplining and him wearing his mask the whole time
That was
and
the
having the
best
mustache.
part.
And
Did you
everything,
like
but
it?
it's.
I enjoyed it.
I loved ziplining.
Not for like the dance quality, but the
No,
performance.
no.
Okay,
Yes.
but can I say something about dancing? He has and this is his grace. He didn't really have the paso doble grace. Okay, but he did not miss a step. He did not miss a beat. He did not miss an accent, which with that music was actually quite
Very hard.
because that particular song was very difficult to execute. And I know, inside scoop.
Dun, dun. Wait, bring it.
Sharna was struggling a little bit with giving him the choreography that would accent the music, but at the same time that he could hear it.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't, for half of the routine, for half of the song, there wasn't very strong, clear beat. And it was it was like a classical piece, right?
Yep.
The music kept changing, it kept slowing down.
Hard to count.
There were parts, you couldn't count it. Like, you literally had to just memorize the song. And with that was an extra challenge for Andy. And
Right.
he totally did it.
He delivered on that. And he wound up with an 18, but he also was not at the bottom
I
this
love
week.
that.
Yes.
I love
In terms
that.
of fan votes. Now, the
Yep.
scoreboard, yes.
People love him.
They do love him. So we all know that DL did go home. I think it was the right time. And he said he was burning his dance shoes. I saw a couple of his interviews. He was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But it looked like he and Cheryl honestly did have a good time
They
together.
did get along finally.
We're running out of time here. Do you believe this? I knew that we were going to run out of time. I do want to ask
Usual.
one final question for Whitney.
Yay.
Since you're here in the hot seat.
yes.
I know.
Love it.
Anonymous, Anon, says, you're so vibrant on stage. It's almost like you have this grasp or pull about you that you can't turn away from watching her. What is it about? Like, how do you think that this happens? Can you give us some lessons on how we can learn to do that?
Some lessons.
On your je ne sais quoi, on your star quality.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Like, people ask me that. They literally are like, what do you think about when you're dancing? And I honestly cannot answer it. I can't answer it. It's just something you feel. Like, it's hard to explain.
Is it something that you developed in the last few years, or have you kind of always had it?
I feel like ever since I was little, I've always had this feeling like that I would be something. You know what I mean? Like, I've always had that I don't know. I've always had that.
Yeah, I think this
That just
little girl,
fire.
though, whoever the anonymous person, sorry, Anon,
Yeah.
like
Anon.
this little chick right here, little sexy chick, she's just born with it. It's like
It's innate.
it's her DNA. It's just how it is.
I mean, I don't know.
It's how it is. You can't teach that. We talked about it so many times on the show too, like how people have charisma or not. It's like it's so hard to teach it, but
She's got it.
Oh, you guys are
she's
so
got it.
nice.
She's got it. Well, we are looking forward to week 6, which is Stevie Wonder.
Yay, that's amazing.
Yeah, and some team dances. We have a lot to look
fun.
forward to for
Yeah.
next
Very
week, which is exciting.
Cool.
Yeah, and I hope to see you guys more on the dance floor.
Any
Yes.
inside
Of
scoop on the
course.
team dances?
Any inside scoop on the team dances? Not really, but I know it's a samba and a paso doble. We know that.
Yeah.
The inside scoop that me and Mr. Tony Dovoloni going to be in that show Monday.
Yeah.
That's the inside scoop. But I'm part of it, so I know, obviously.
All right. Well, we want to thank you, Whitney, so much for being here and helping us out this week. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Of course. Dance9 Whitney is my Twitter, and Instagram is Witney Carson.
Excellent.
There you go.
And we will probably see you somewhere on TV this
Yes, this
summer,
summer.
whatever
You
that
will.
means. All right, Suri, where can everyone find you?
At Suri Serano on Twitter and on Instagram and Facebook.
Jake.
You can find me at Twitter on Jake_Dupree and at Instagram at Jake Dupree.
Anna.
At Trebunskaya on Twitter and just Trebunskaya on Instagram, also Facebook, website, my studio, ycdstudio.com.
All that good stuff. And of course, I'm Kristyn Burtt. You can find me on Twitter at Kristyn Burtt or my blog where all of you leave those awesome comments, redcarpetcloset.tv. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us for another Dancing with the Stars here on AfterBuzz TV.
Thank you. Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.